around I guess it's probably the same time. Like I was like working at the hospital, and I came home working from like a night shift or whatever, and I got on Netflix, and across the suggestion bar, mother fucker.
Say it.
Go in! Ah! Dude, this is crazy. I'm looking at it. It's off on. It's off. It's off. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Born2BNerd Podcast. My name's Ethan, and if you're not seeing triple, you're seeing right now. We're joined by a guest, a really good friend of ours, our friend Joey, and always by Lance, ride or die, baby. But yeah, we got a special one going on for you guys. But yeah, today, we're just going to talk about some anime, dude. It's been a while since we had a good anime discussion, and we thought who better to do that with than our buddy Joey. Joey, you also have your own channel, Akogare Cafe. Yeah.
Yes.
What all do you get up to over there?
Well, right now we have our new second channel for anime reactions, Akogare Watch Club. So Cafe is on a pause since I've been focusing on that, but anime, video games, and all that, usual.
Yeah, I was looking at it too. Like before we got on here, like you guys are actually pulling pretty good numbers so far.
I'm telling you.
And you're you guys started this officially like 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
I think we started a few weeks into the winter season, so a month and something. Yeah, 2 months.
That's wild.
I told him that would happen if he started it.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm telling you, it's just focus on the same thing when you and I started. I said, make sure your lighting's good, make sure your framing's good, make sure your audio is good, and that's all you need to beat most other reaction channels.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's kind of a competitive word.
What's it like doing that now? Because I've not done a reaction in a long time. I know, Lance, you were still doing them, and you recorded some with Zach a little while ago. But when I was doing reaction stuff with you, Lance, that was a whole different world. That was when I was doing it, 2020, right?
Yeah. YouTube has changed a lot of policies and stuff, made it more challenging.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't quite the Wild West days when we during the Game of Thrones Attack on Titan part of our channel, but still the regulations are way tighter nowadays, right?
From what I've seen so far, we tried to keep it safe in terms of opacity, but we do want to show everything, and especially the subtitles. But the main thing that gets flagged is the opening and ending. So we haven't had any issues with the episode itself so far by keeping it 50% or less.
So the music is the biggest part that'll get you.
Yeah, music was such a tough thing with when I was editing too. If there was a soundtrack, even if it kind of slipped through the cracks, they didn't want you to share that at all. It's kind of crazy.
I think we have a pretty good setup because we have the mic, so it picks up just barely the audio from the TV, and the music doesn't come through enough to pick up from YouTube. Yeah. So we just use the TV audio, and that works pretty well.
Yeah. Is that what
that was my suggestion? Yeah, that was my suggestion.
Yeah.
We got tips from the master.
The best. Yeah, I was never in on the editing process really on ours, and I don't know why it keeps doing it, dude.
Do you keep turning it off?
I've turned it off 40 times. I swear to God.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just keeps on doing it. I wasn't ever the one editing the videos back then. Lance was doing all of the editing for all the reactions. So oh my God, dude, hold on. I gotta fix this. Is crazy. What?
Getting exciting.
Clearly, I don't do the editing.
Oh,
My
He's about to
God.
pop his domain.
There goes every freaking pore on my nose, dude. Big old beat just in 4K. Sorry, it's really 720. But yeah, your guys' channels, like, it's taken. I mean, a lot of people struggle super hard, especially early on, just to get traffic to their channel, to get any views at all. And you guys are already upwards of, some of your videos are like 6,000+, like, already.
We've been, it's a different age. We've been leveraging the use of AI and all that SEO stuff. So, keeping that in handy.
Yeah. But I mean, you guys also you're already in on like making shorts and all that. Like all of your, like, we never did any of that. Like back in the day.
I mean, shorts didn't even exist.
Well, I mean,
when
they
we
didn't
started.
exist. Yeah, true. But we weren't even like, were we really pushing anything on like Instagram at all?
I didn't do like daily posts, but I was like active. I posted stuff on Instagram. Yeah. More vloggy stuff though. More of like behind the scenes and like you and I as like personalities instead of just like pushing.
But
the
not
channel.
like little like short type bit.
It's so weird that this has never happened to you. Like this is a new thing,
dude.
This was my entrance.
Why?
Is it zoomed all the way in?
Yeah, bro.
It'll just be weird.
We're professional over here, Joey. In case you didn't know, we are the most professional podcast on the internet at the moment, as you can see. Joey, do you want to start a little bit with like talking about how you got into anime, just like to intro to you a little bit, to give everybody a little like look into like you as a person?
I see. That's a good question.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's a hard question because getting into is kind of different than when I was a kid and then enjoying the Toonami Cartoon Network. I feel like that's not really getting into, but that's what I like to watch when I was a kid. All the, Zoids, Ronin Warriors, those are the old school Gundam, and weird stuff like Rave Master, which was the fairy tale OG. But it didn't start till my brother was into anime, and then he got me into more anime since he was getting like manga, and then we were getting DVDs and all that. But I guess the first thing technically would be like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Were the first anime that I got into. And then I officially got into it after finishing my first one, which was Inuyasha. And then I just kicked it off from there and started watching everything.
Yeah. Them late night midnight runs.
So you had access to like you said DVDs and stuff. So you're able to kind of explore, because I was kind of stuck with what I was able to see on TV.
Yeah.
I probably would have explored more if I had an option like that to get into. Like,
we also we talked about it. Like we were saying, like it was like the Toonami runs, like that got us into it. We also didn't have like older cousins who are also into anime.
Yeah.
So like you mentioned DVDs. Did you have like cousins and everything that were like floating random DVDs?
No, just my brother was,
okay.
But that's mostly because my dad's work allowed us to be able to access DVDs since he had connections with pawn shops. And that's how I got like all my video games DVDs for very cheap price, like 3 for like $5. Good old days. Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. So what was like, you mentioned like, Inuyasha and all that, but like, did you always have the knowledge that like anime was different than like other cartoons that you were seeing?
I guess
like
not
over the air.
Yeah, not consciously, but because I was watching Nickelodeon and all that other channels. What would you call it?
Just like North American cartoon.
Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed and Eddie. But I seem to enjoy anime much more without thinking about it. And then as soon as I got access to the internet, I was unleashed and never turned back. I just kept looking for anime and then never watched American stuff again or those things.
Whoa.
I mean, I understand because you have such a limited time.
Yeah.
So you naturally want to fill it with your favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, we didn't have, I could only watch anime at night, right? Like Toonami was it. That's all I had growing up. So I filled the rest of my time with Nickelodeon and Disney Channel and Kids WB, But if I had
Jackie Chan
access
Adventures,
like that,
goated,
yeah.
dude. Goated.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
Goated.
Shaolin Showdown.
Dude, goated. Oh my God.
I was all about some Shaolin Showdown. But yeah, that's if I had access like that, I would have started so much earlier. Because I had friends, I had this friend who got me into Dragon Ball Z, a little bit more advanced, like outside the Toonami, into Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and stuff. When I was in the third grade, maybe a little bit into the fourth grade, and he would always tell me that he would take me to Animazement. He was like, "I go to Animazement every summer. You can go with us, And so I was trying to get involved in the community, but he was like a pathological liar. So he would just like say that, and then he would never he was like, "Yeah, my mom, huh?" No, he was the same age as me.
Oh.
But he was like, he would like make an excuse like, "Oh yeah, we can't go this year because my grandma or something, whatever." So I never got to go, but it got me interested. I was like, "Ooh, I want to be part of that world." And then we didn't get our first computer until I was in high school. We got one when I was in like 8th grade, but it was at the very end, and it was just dial up, and we only used it to like do Microsoft Word and stuff. Mm-hmm. We didn't get internet until I was in my ninth grade,
Yeah.
And then it was over. Then I was like Funimation and all that,
I mean, yeah. So Joey, did you ever get into were you ever picking up like New Type magazine or anything like that? Like, do you remember that?
No, I didn't have that. I didn't remember seeing it until I was able to search like merch and all that stuff. So it was mostly just internet stuff.
Yeah. See, we didn't I was kind of the same with you. We didn't have internet growing up because the whole deal with my brother and late night dial up shit. So we lost internet at our house from the time that I was 12 until forever, literally until college. So I remember we used to go to Walmart on Saturdays after we go eat at La Hacienda in Asheboro, and the Walmart down there, they carried New Type magazine, and that was around the time when I was getting a lot I'm really getting into Toonami a lot. So I was seeing all these, I think Naruto and stuff was starting to really come out on the weekend Toonami block, on the Saturday Toonami block at that time too. And so it's 2005 ish. And so I remember I've still got my copies down here of New Type magazine that I would, randomly find on a random Saturday night. And I was like, oh shit, this is a whole magazine of cartoons at that time that looked just like the ones that I'd really like watching. This is crazy. And then that kind of opened the door for me. That was my internet, so to speak, of there's an actual different type of animation. It's not just under the umbrella of anime. There's different types to it. That was my first jump into that whole world of anime.
I think, when did you focus on a specific kind of genre at the beginning, or because we're pretty diverse in what we watch now, but were you always kind of just I'll watch whatever, or did you focus on more fantasy stuff, battle, shonen kind of things, or did you kind of immediately just latch on to everything?
Yeah, I think the everything phase definitely came a little later. At first, it was definitely the action stuff. So Naruto, Bleach, like I was saying, the mecha and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, I'm not sure what the first one was, but it could have been Maid Sama or something, or in High School Club, Host Club. And those kind of romance or comedy or slice of life shows I started watching, and then I got more into that. And then I think that was also when I started watching like Korean shows. So K-drama or variety shows, and I got more into other genres and those things.
Yeah. I remember getting into, like, when I got my laptop is when I got my own. I was out of high school by now, but I got my own laptop, and then I got my own Funimation subscription.
You got a Funimation subscription?
Yeah.
What the shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
I never got a Funimation subscription.
I didn't subscribe to anything until like 2020 or something.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But whenever I started watching everything on that. So it started with Netflix. When I was in college, I was so poor, and I paid $100 to sleep on some friend's couch, and I paid rent and slept on the pull-out couch. And that's what I did for like almost a year. And they had an Xbox that had a Netflix on it, and I just watched every anime that was on that Netflix account. Literally everything. I just got obsessed. I was home all the time, so that's all I did was watch. And I watched everything. Just anything that would come up. But like, it started with battle, like, any kind of action and any kind of ecchi. Anything, any ecchi I could find.
Ecchi
all the Queen's Blade, dog. Come on, let's go.
Any ecchi I could find. Ikki-Tausen, Sekirei, like
Sekirei.
Like, dog. any ecchi I could find. Freezing, like Triage X, everything. But I did immediately, I remember, I think it was the first one was, I can't guarantee it was the first one, but the Wolf Girl and Black Prince.
Oh,
I think that was one of the early romances that I watched. And then Blue Spring Ride was, I think, shortly after that. And that's when I fell in love with that watercolor art style. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's kind of like the hand-drawn watercolor bubbly art style. And I didn't expect for that to become my favorite genre, that shoujo genre, I couldn't stop watching romance after that. And whenever I got the Funimation account, I watched everything that I could. I just wanted to explore. I would do this thing where I would see things, some thumbnails for anime, and if it looked interesting, I would just go to YouTube and look up a trailer or a clip or something and see how it looked. And then if it looked interesting, I just watch it.
Around I guess it's probably the same time. Like, I was like working at the hospital, and I came home working from like a night shift or whatever, and I got on Netflix, and across the suggestion bar, mother fucker.
Say it.
Go in! Ah! Dude, this is crazy. It's I'm looking at it. It's off. It's off.
We'll have to do some troubleshooting after this
OBS
is over.
spot. You're fucking dead to me. Oh, I was working at the hospital. And I got home after work one night, and on like the suggestion box or the suggestion, column on Netflix was like Queen's Blade, and I was like, "Oh, that's a thumbnail right there. I could be down with this." And I watched like 2 episodes, and I was like, "Oh, damn, this is on Netflix?" Because I had just gotten Netflix. Like, I didn't have it before. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Holy shit, this is crazy!" And I remember I went into work like a few days later, and I told my buddy Adam about it, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I'll check it out." And he like comes back the next day. He was like, "That is not what I expected. That is not what I thought you were talking about, dude." And I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right?" And he was like, "Dude, that's pretty fucking cool is what it is." I was like, "Yeah, it is." Oh man, those are the good old days. Just like diving into everything, dude. But I think I've said too, like, I didn't like fully get into anime because it was just like kind of peripheral. Even at that point, it was like taking what I could get, but I wasn't doing deep dives until I met you guys. Like, until I met Kavi and Luki and everybody at UNCW. And like, going over to your like Saturday night parties where everyone's just watching compilations. Sometimes like the night would just devolve into K-pop and like anime compilations, and it was like, oh, okay, this is actually way more way more in depth than I thought things were. This is fucking sick. But
I miss those days, man. I remember every time like I would visit Joey or he would visit us, we just turn on the anime memes playlist.
yeah.
So good. Classic.
Do you have anything as far as like series that you remember, like there was like a keystone moment where you were like, holy fuck, this is like it? Like, did you have any of those series where you were watching it where you're like, this is hitting way different? Like for me, like mine was like a Cowboy Bebop. Like the first time I watched Bebop, I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, was there anything that you watched where you were just like blown away for the first time, like your first time watching Code Geass, or the first time you were watching, like you were saying, Mecha? Like, was there a Gundam that stood out other than Gundam Wing? Because everyone watches Gundam Wing and you're like, okay, it's great. But like, did you have anything like that where you're just like blown away? You're like, I didn't know this shit was possible.
I feel like I didn't have any of those thoughts until later on, because the ones that I watched before were, I kind of consumed them like just without thinking. I was just enjoying. But after maybe high school or college time or after, I started to think about what anime is trying to show me, or like what the author is trying to show me, what the animation studio is doing, what am I listening to, what am I hearing, the voice actors. So I think there's another deeper level that I went into, and that's when I got that moment of like, wow, this is something greater than just showing me a story. Although I know for sure the old ones had it, but they require a rewatch probably.
Sure.
So I try not to give like the nostalgia bias, and I do try
Why did it change? What changed?
It's a good question. I think maybe there must have been a show. It's like the moments, I couldn't pin a point, but things like, I don't know, I guess I'll just say like Bungo Stray Dogs, when the end credits start rolling before it starts coming on, and then the music starts and the characters are still talking, and then it leading into the song that matches the feeling and show so well, that's what made me start loving the music. And who did that? Like, who made that decision? The director, the artist that made the song, and all that, and those kind of moments.
Yeah, you've always been
just kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you've always been someone who digs into, for as long as I've known you, you've always been the person that digs into the artists, like the musical artists and voice actors or whatever. You like to investigate the anime that you're watching, which I've always thought was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, at any con, you're always going around like, they're going to be here. I got to get this signed by this. They did the outro for this random obscure anime. Like, they're going to be here. I got to get this signed. That's always been like you.
That was crazy how easy it was back then. Like, I was next to J-pop artists. Now you can't do that, but I was like touching them.
Back in the old days of Anime Weekend Atlanta.
Even like Animation, they were people there too, and then Atlanta was the big one. So
yeah, isn't that wild to think like Anime Weekend Atlanta was like the big one at one point?
Right, you had Spire, Rukia's is Punked at the same time,
dude.
Like, you have to pay like $200 for that.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like
that was free too.
Free.
Yeah.
Free. Yeah, man. What was it? Yui? Who was it? Was it Yui that we saw one year?
Was Yui?
She did one of the did one of the Sword Art intros. Or the Sword Art outros.
Air Aoi.
Yeah. Who is it?
Air Aoi. She's the like second Sword Art opening.
Yeah. We saw her at
Yes.
Anime Week in Atlanta one year.
Yep.
I was like,
Yeah,
what the shit, man?
I know.
That shit ain't happening. Who did they have at Anime Expo last year?
Anime Expo. That was
last year. Nobody.
Like,
I don't know.
wait, did you even go last year?
Nope.
Damn.
I got turned off after that year we went. It was just line fest. Nothing is included anymore. You have to get a separate ticket. You have to wait in line to get another ticket. Even signatures, you have to wait at 4 a.m. with everybody else scalping it to just get a signature. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like the environment around all of this has changed since anime became more mainstream, and it's upsetting.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, anime fans,
Yeah.
it's wild. We've talked about it before, but like, it's wild to say that, like, it's cool to be an anime fan, like, or it's this like thing of, you know what? I'll say this though. I think that's already changing a little bit. I remember like 2 years ago, somewhere in here, we were kind of talking about this. We're like, remember like when you would get fucking bullied in high school for like an anime, and then all of a sudden, all these influencers and everything are starting to like anime and like be anime fans and shit. And all of a sudden, it's like cool to be anime. So you've got these people who are like clout chasing, saying that they're anime fans when really they're not. They're just like pushing this like influencer thing into the anime culture. Like, I don't know, man. That was freaking weird. And I feel like we're kind of coming on the other edge of that right now because it got so massive. Like it was just unattainable. Like to stay the way it was. Like, do you feel like that at all? Like, do you feel like it's changing right now?
I think it might be actually, because I've noticed that, I naturally just get clips from random streamers and content creators. And the thing with that is that they follow what's popular, and the people that watch them follow what they do.
Right.
So you had streamers that were, talking about anime, or content creators talking about anime, and bringing up, it was kind of, we were getting a little bit more movement in the States with its involvement in the anime market. And so we were seeing more presence there. But, now there's all these other things that are becoming prevalent or popular or whatever. And so those content creators are just going to follow that, which means their viewers and all these people that follow them are going to hop over to that thing.
Right.
And so I do feel like I think there is a change in the environment around anime in America, especially. Currently, that's not going to change, but I do feel like some of the very like aggressive attention is starting to kind of fade out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that. I tell you what's like nice though is like when you just talk to somebody randomly, like, and have just like a genuine interaction with somebody about anime, that you're just like, wow, this was like not this wasn't like a Reddit conversation. This was just like this wasn't like someone standing on their keyboard, like just, all capsing at you. This was just like a nice, normal, everyday coffee house conversation that you have with somebody in real life about anime that you've like just met, and you're like, oh wow, this was like really nice. It was like, I hope that we can stay on that path of things and like get away from like the unrealistic rage bait comment section culture of anime that we were kind of in for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. There's always going to be trolls. There's always going to be people who are like just having to get that venom out on the comment section. But it's like, it seems like we're kind of moving away from that a little bit, right? Maybe?
I hope so.
Or maybe my feed's just lying to me because I try to not
Yeah.
seek out the negative shit anymore as best I can.
Yeah, I don't know. I think whenever I see clips that bring up Freerin and then I have to read dozens of comments hating on Freerin, I start to lose hope a little bit. You know?
That's wild. That's wild,
Yeah.
Dick.
It sure is.
I'm
It sure is. And it has quite the population, you know?
Really?
Yes. Joey knows.
Twitter is especially bad.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
not Twitter.
Yeah, you gotta get off that shit. You gotta.
I mean, I filter it out at this point, but I use it for like my. I follow official accounts.
Yeah.
So, but of course, my algorithm is, for example, Freerin. I'm gonna get tweets about Freerin. I just filter those out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe I told Lance about this just on like Freerin as an example. I've never come across somebody, especially in real life, who had like a nasty comment to say about Freerin or like a hateful thing to say about Freerin. There is my buddy Kyle, not Kyle at the thing Airsoft, but different Kyle that I work with. We call him Hot Take Kyle because he's always got these like, why? Like he's the guy we went to go see Hot Mulligan, and he was at the Hot Mulligan show, Lance, and he was like, that band last night fucking sucked, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Only the number one
pop punk band around right now.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you're crazy. But he's kind of the same. Like he'll say the same shit about like Freerin sometimes. It's like, yeah, that's fucking mid level shit, dude. I don't understand why people are so hyped on this stuff. And I'm like, like you might be missing the point of this whole show, brother. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I you know, my current foreman at work, he's a little younger than me. For the most part, chill guy, you know. And we were talking about anime because he was coming and hang out in my hut where I work because the AC's nice and cool in there. And I was like, you watch a little bit of anime, don't you? Because I wanted to ask him about if he's watching the new something, whatever it was. And so we got into conversation and we were talking about, he was like, yeah, I'm kind of weird about what I like. He likes mostly the main JJK stuff, you know, like just whatever the main shonen is. And he was talking about how he doesn't like story. He just wants to.
He just wants fights.
He just wants overpowered character. Yes. He wants overpowered people. He likes, you know, like just people that are cold and just.
That's a hot take.
Just fight. Yeah. And then he was like, yes, he was like, I think Demon Slayer's mid. It's like, okay, there's the door.
This conversation's over. Actually.
I was like, I don't, you know, sure. If that's what you want to watch, that's, you know, it's fine. If you focus on, if you like, don't have the energy to invest your emotional and mental experience into, you know, a story arc or like a heavily driven drama series, sure, fine. But to call something mid that's like taking over the world, it's rough. It's rough. I remember reading a comment about Freerin that said it was just the generic story of how friendship always wins. It's like, have you watched a single second of Freerin?
They did not.
Yeah.
Somebody read the Spark Notes.
Yeah, but that's, you know, that's the world we live in today. People post comments on things that they don't even know about, you know?
Yeah.
And I say it's such a disservice to these people because they're missing out on things that are truly beautiful, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, also, like, again, not to use Freerin as an example, but Freerin's such a good example of a way to like buck stereotypes of the genre itself. Like you have this high fantasy adventure, like on paper of like what this show would be. And then you get into it and it's just this nice slice of life about the ordinary moments in between and like developing these relationships with these characters in the middle of these endpoints, you know, which in a normal shonen or a normal hi-fi fantasy adventure, the key points of the whole show would be these climax moments of the fights, or these contact points between the adversaries or whoever. And Freerun doesn't do that. The whole point of this show, I mean, my friend was talking about the
Dude, that guy at your work, it's like, I'm not defending OP character stories or anything, but what he's saying is those things have stories. People wrote that so for it to be a story, and the characters just happen to be OP, and it's all about fighting. But there's a story. Someone wrote it, and it got serialized, so it's approved. And there's an audience that like the story. So I don't know what that means. Just go watch the fight clip on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
wait, of what?
Anything really, but JJK, like any story with a lot of action.
Oh, yeah. But we're talking about Freerun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like Freerun, you have the whole point of it are the moments in between. A buddy of mine was saying that, like, I haven't read the manga. Have you read the manga, Joey?
No, I was holding off. And
Yeah.
October 2027 is a long time, though.
It is a very long time.
It is a long time. But so I was talking to Shelby's friend Elise, who was in town the other week, and she was talking about like she reads, and she's been reading since the beginning, and she was like, what's wild about that is that, like, the fight with I always forget his name, Devour, what's his name? No, Deception.
Which one?
It just happened this season with,
Revolt.
Revolt, yeah. That fight is like 10 panels. Like, it's so short.
Mm-hmm.
It's so short. And like this moment that in like any other action or high fantasy anime, or, it would be this long part of the chapter or chapters, even for that matter. It's a small little window. And for a show to take that and shrink it down and have the main part of the story just to be about the aftermath, or all the like minuscule parts in between of the journey, and for it to take over like the anime world right now, that's crazy. To say that something like that is mid, or to say that something like that isn't worth watching, that's insane, dude.
To say Solo Leveling is better.
Shut the fuck up. I don't care how good the animation is on that guy's ass, on his little ass cheeks going through the wind. I don't give a shit, dude. Come on.
No.
I feel like we could yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying I feel like we could respect them if they would just say, I prefer, or like,
yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion. Not hard stop. This is mid.
Fact.
This is trash. Like, come on now.
Yeah. Well, and I think, they can have their shonen, because I've seen some anime. I've talked about making this a topic of discussion before, but I've seen some anime that I might be the only person in the world, not in the world, but in my circle that's seen it,
Yeah.
I might be the only person that I'll ever meet that's seen it, and it's changed my life. There have been anime that have literally changed my life, made me rethink how I live, made me rethink how I think, and people like that, you don't get that from American television. You don't get that from American cartoons, It's only anime that's been able to do that for me. And if I had stayed on the same generic path, I would have missed out on that stuff. And I feel so blessed to have been involved that deeply into the industry,
Yeah. On that note, singing all the praises of Freerun.
1 sec. Go ahead.
You're leaving.
1 sec.
Go ahead, bye.
Go ahead, later. On the note of Freerun, though, do you want to talk about the new season of Freerun?
Let's do it. That was the goal, right? We were supposed to talk about the winter.
I mean,
anime.
it was gonna be on there eventually. Yeah, that was on the docket. What were your thoughts? Either of you, go.
10.
10?
Out of 10.
10 out
Yeah.
of 10?
Yes.
I think on like a completely critical note, season 1 I think outshines it. I mean, it's 24 episodes versus 10. You know,
That's my biggest critique of it too. Yeah.
there are some other also episodes in season 1 that like I can almost not even talk about without getting choked up. You know, such as the episode with the old dwarf that's starting to like get like dementia. That episode really, I can barely talk about it. But yeah, season 2, absolutely incredible. The episode where it shows the Himmel's journal episode,
The POV episode.
yes, dude, makes my heart start to palpitate.
Wrecked. Absolutely wrecked me.
Yeah,
That's the culmination of the 24 episodes plus
Yeah,
9.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was my kind of like critique, I guess, of it too, was that you had the first season was 24 episodes, and then but because of that, you were able to spend so much time with all those characters in the moments that mattered, and then also in the first journey, you know, with Himmel, and you got to get really attached to the first party as well. Whereas this one, I mean, you had all that plus the new 10 episodes, so you're just adding to it. But I felt a little bit like didn't quite get what I needed out of a full season,
right.
you know? And honestly, I think even if they'd have given us like 3 more episodes, like a full 13, like half season, it would have done a little bit more for me to fill that gap. But 10 episodes, dog.
Yeah,
10 episodes. Come on, man. I don't
What do you think, Joey?
About 10 episodes?
About the second season.
About the second season in general.
I don't know. I agree with what you guys are saying. I feel like I didn't have those thoughts though when I was watching it. I did have the thoughts of like, it's very disappointing that it's 10 episodes and there's not more until October 2027. But I don't know. I just feel like whenever I get a part of a story, like this is what they give me for now. And I'm holding it in this space of this is the part of the story, whether it's 13, 24, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The arc that they show me is what I get. And I try not to think about like, oh, first season was 2 arcs, however many that you count it as. And that way, I think I was just pretty focused on just enjoying the arc and what they're giving us at this moment. So no thoughts like that for me. Just enjoyed another Frieren arc.
Yeah.
You didn't need more?
I definitely need more. That's why I'm itching to read the manga. But
I'm so attached to the anime though. I'm so attached to the soundtrack, the art style, the cinematics, the way they handle B-roll and framing and things like that. I really connect to that. So I'm always afraid to read manga of anything just because of how attached I get to the voice acting and the soundtrack and animation and everything. But I think one thing that stood out to me was I didn't realize I started listening to the soundtrack outside of the anime. I was just kind of like at work and playing it. I never realized how similar some of those songs are to Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
Oh, well, yeah, it's fantasy.
Right, but some of them sound like almost like remixes. It's kind of crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I'll point them out like after this or sometime. But it's kind of wild. Some of them are like, at first I was like, this must be Lord of the Rings. Oh no, still free read. But I was hoping to get maybe some new songs. I don't think we got many new songs in the soundtrack this season. Mm-hmm. But we only got my favorite one where the strings build. We only got that a couple times this season. I think maybe twice, and that's my favorite.
Which one is it?
That's the one they play it at the first episode when they or second episode, whenever they run into the white haired kid. And then they're splitting up at the end of that. It's like their like goodbye song. They play it whenever they said goodbye to is it Sign? Is his name Sign?
Sign. Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Where the like it's like horns build, kind of like sad. So good. So good. But yeah.
I mean, I see what you're saying. It is nice. I mean, I'm glad that you're able to like compartmentalize and be like, this is the part of the journey. This part of the journey is done. Let's sit with it. Mm-hmm. But I'm greedy and I want more.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Yeah. I mean, I think I am going to read because it's funny, you know, when I was doing the game of like watching Game of Thrones and stuff, I tried reading Game of Thrones while I was watching it and it didn't work for me. I couldn't do it. So I waited, you know, until the show was over and then I started reading the books. I think if I'd have pushed harder, I probably could have read while I was watching. It would have been fine. With manga, like reading Vinland Saga and then watching Vinland Saga, I don't feel a disconnect from it. Like it for me, it like now because I watched first, but like having watched it first and then going through and reading it, all that happens is like a lot of the dialogue and a lot of the voices of the characters that I hear in my head, they're just the characters from the anime. Like it's the voices from the anime that are feeding in while I'm reading the manga. Like it doesn't ruin it in any way. It doesn't like spoil anything or any way.
Joey can't do that though.
No what?
You can't hear other people's voices in your head.
Oh, that. What is that word again? I forgot.
Schizophrenia?
No.
No, it's like when I say think of an apple, do you see the apple in your head?
Yeah, I guess.
No, I don't. I see black. I don't see anything.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah,
picture.
that's a thing. It's a word. Something to some.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait, so when you're reading, all you're seeing is like the words on the page or like the pictures on the page. You're not like hearing the voice of somebody. Like if you've already seen the anime.
I can think about it, but like when you say hearing, I don't literally hear. I don't hear anything when I'm thinking.
Like internal monologue, you don't hear that, or internal
like
dialogue?
If I sit here and I'm say, "Hey, myself," I don't hear anything. I'm just thinking it. Is that weird?
It's not weird. It's
not
just
weird.
It's
just
rare.
Different. Yeah,
it's very rare.
But yeah, maybe that's why you're.
It is,
or maybe
percentage. Yeah. I forgot what the percentage is.
Yeah, but I think my level of internal visualization, maybe Ethan's too, is also rare. Because like I can almost picture something like where it's almost physically in front of me.
Yeah.
And that's also rare. So it's like two different parts of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. You're talking as if you speak for all of us and need to make that clear.
But I agree. Well, I advocate for reading manga.
Yeah.
And I think my statement is if you love a series so much, read, watch, whatever. Get the art book.
Consume it all.
Consume everything.
Yeah. Which on the manga too, isn't the mangaka they're on like medical leave right now or something, right?
The author and the artist, yeah.
Oh, both of them?
Yeah, they're both health issues.
Oh, wow. So it's on a hiatus for, they given like a date for publication?
I don't think so. Not from when I checked last time.
Yeah, not what I've heard. I think if I had to guess, most likely one was maybe struggling with something and then the other one like had an issue, maybe something medical, and they were like, all right, let's just put it on pause.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. I mean, that's what I don't think the only other idea I could come up with without any, because they don't release their private information.
Right, sure.
Would be that they were just getting overwhelmed with it and they were just like, hey, let's just take a mental medical break, you know. But who knows? Hopefully they just needed a break. I hope nothing serious is going on. You know, that would suck.
For sure. Yeah. Well, like aside from Frieren, what do you think were the high marks of this anime season?
Well, hold on. I'm not.
With Frieren?
No, hold on.
Oh,
I got
you're
one
not-
more.
okay, you want to keep going with Frieren?
Just
Okay,
one more thing. Yeah, I wanted to talk about some of the animation that kind of blew me away. Specifically, for instance, the fight with what's his name? His name is Revolt.
Revolt.
Yeah. What's the other mage's name? The guy. What's his name?
Genau.
Yeah, genau. There's that moment. I guess slight spoilers, right?
Yeah, we'd say spoilers.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, spoilers.
Yeah.
Again, spoilers.
Whenever they finally defeat Revolt and they're both critically injured, and Genau like has his like imagery of you know losing his partner and everything, and he starts clawing towards Stark. That animation, to me, it was even better than like the fight scene animation. You know, like I don't know what it was, but him like clawing at the dirt and stuff, it blew me away, dude. It blew me away. The animation in that whole episode was incredible. You know, with man, I'm so bad with their names. The mage woman,
Methode.
The new hotness.
Methode. Yeah, Methode. Yes. Like her stuff where like she like puts her hand through the mist and stuff. Holy moly, dude. They flexed in that the whole season when they were showing like clips and stuff throughout the whole season. That animation was crazy.
Well, I mean, I guess that is the bright side of doing 10 episodes of as opposed to doing 13. You've got less money to spend, you know, linearly, so you can put way more money in that 10 episodes all throughout it. So anytime they're going, they're just fucking they eating and they get in 2 plates. You know what I mean? It's, yeah.
I will say something I noticed is the way they animated flames and smoke is different than I've ever seen animated before. They do like the small, I don't know what you would call it, small particles or whatever. So like a large flame in season 2 is like a collection of really small flames, you know, and like big clouds of smoke or dust or whatever is like really small plumes that are like compiled on each other. I thought that was really unique, and I've never seen that in another animation before. You get a little bit more of that in Sentence to Be a Hero, that same style of like smoke and debris. But
Still have to watch. I've not watched.
Frieren was the only one I've seen do flames the way they did. Their flames looked almost like it was computer animated, which I don't know if they used any computer animation, but very interesting.
I tell you, one of my biggest like hats off moments for Frieren, it's like I think a lot of times it's just literally in the background, so it's whatever. But like the background artists in this season are so goddamn good. Like the episode where they go to the hot springs. There's like the hot springs, and it's like supposed to be like, and at the end they're like, yeah, this actually isn't worth it at all. These hot springs are terrible, but it's being here with my friends, you know. And they're watching the sunset. They're watching the sunset on top of it. Dude, the sky in that scene was so freaking beautiful. And in so many anime, the background is just, it's second nature. It's the background. It's like secondary to what's happening with the characters. And dude, it's so good. Everything they put on screen, it means something. Everything. It's just like not a lot of shows have that level of detail to attention.
Yeah. And they're just trying to like portray this like deep love, you know. I feel like
it's emotive for sure. Like it's there's so much emotion throughout so many scenes throughout this season.
Joey, what stood out to you this season?
One thing.
Just
whatever, however many things.
However many things. I mean, I would agree with the background art, background animation too. Those things are definitely overlooked. And it's like you say, the process of making a panel or a shot, the key animator gets the characters, right? And then the assistant fills in the background. But it looks like the background is the key animator.
Yeah.
And so people do overlook that. And then even the moment that Lance said, people think animation is fight, but movement animation, so good. I think that's also what made you like My Dress Up Darling season 2 a lot.
oh yes,
So that animation was just made it feel realistic and smooth. And so we do love the attention to those things.
yeah. There's this moment I was remember when I was watching your reaction to it, and it was an episode, a flashback scene, and it was about Heiter, I guess. He was like either drunk or whatever. And I remember they were pulling him up a cliff, like Himmel was helping him up a cliff, and they were off screen, but you could see like the back end of Himmel, or not Himmel, the back end of Heiter, while they was focusing on Freeran, I think. And like Heiter slipped, and like you could hear like the accurate sound effects of his foot slipping on the cliff. And I just remember watching that and just thinking of like, and I was watching your reaction to see like what you guys said about it, but it's just like unnecessary, you know. It was just completely unnecessary, and like it's just so detailed and so cared for, I guess.
Unnecessary but necessary. It makes it feel more realistic that people don't think about that in the second thought.
Yeah, and that richness
But
penetrates. Yeah, that
It's
richness
there, even if
penetrates
you're not
more.
picking up, mother of God,
It's that hand movement.
dude.
Yeah. Put them in your pockets, man.
This is
Put them in your pockets.
crazy, brother.
We'll have to figure it out after we're done.
Yeah, because you're picking up on it, even if you're not picking up on it. Subconsciously, it's happening. And so if you're able to like, the scene you're talking about, are they coming up a hill and like they're down in the bottom left of the corner of the frame? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking. Yeah. It's like you're seeing it. And when your brain is actually able to pick up on it and register what's going on, not that it's like not worth it before if your brain isn't, but when you actually are able to pick up on it, it's like, dude, little nugget, dude.
Yeah. I think, Freeran is up there for me. And I will say a lot of these same things, I will always say about Haikyuu. That's why I love Haikyuu so much. It reminds me of all the moments because you asked him about what anime I saw that kind of changed things for me. And I'll always say Haikyuu is one of those for me. I remember watching it and seeing, it's this high school boys volleyball team, and they're acting like high school teenage boys. And that's something that you don't like. I don't know why, but a lot of anime likes to make teens act like adults,
Yeah.
And in Haikyuu, I love how accurate it is to real teenage boys. And I remember watching, they do it as early as episode 1 and season 1 and move on. The fact that you'll have these main characters talking while some teenage boys are acting foolish in the background, and it's so rich. And I remember there's a scene in season 1 where Suga was telling them about somebody or something, and he's just putting his bag over his shoulder, and they're just showing him, he's just talking and he's putting his bag over his shoulder. And that small thing, right? He could have just been like this, talking, bop, 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 bop. But they didn't do that, They wanted you to feel like you were watching a real high school team and real high school boys talk about volleyball or whatever. And those types of of efforts. Those efforts are like invisible to the naked eye as what they achieve. You know, that level of complexity that kind of like it sticks harder, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good example of what we were just saying. It's just the realism that it gives and putting you into the story. Like I cannot get into the story if you're just showing me people just standing there and then their mouth is moving. They got to feel like people that are actual people or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder. You know, we were talking about the current environment around anime. I feel like I don't know if it. I don't want to say it's Freerun that's doing it. But I will say it feels like we're starting to make a move towards this like elevated style of animation and storytelling. Oshinoko does the same thing, you know.
Still gotta watch.
Yeah, and we're getting more of like Sense to be a Hero, and the anime we'll talk about coming Tower Dungeon, like that trailer, like these people are I don't know if it's the technology or what, but these animation studios and these animators, they are just going this like next level, and it gets me pumped, dude. It gets me pumped.
Do you think that the workforce is changing at all? Like the workforce culture in animation studios? Like with everything that's happened in the past few years with like workload and like the mental health.
That might be something. Maybe, do you know anything about that, Joey? Like, I know Mappa had that big thing. You know, Mappa had to make some changes or whatever.
I don't know about that kind of shift, but I think it's generally more other shows or other studios seeing what other studios are doing, and then this is what the international and Japan audience is liking, and this is what they expect. So they don't want to be compared to the Mappa, Ufotable, the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of the workforce thing, the big shift is Mappa signing the deal with, was it Netflix or something? Or
yeah,
I forgot what they signed. They signed, but now their budget is the infinite, basically. You know, they need money. They're going to get money.
Yeah.
And so, and that's going to make other studios want to sign those kind of deals too, because they're going to get money to make it better or put out shows that they couldn't before. But the only downside of that is that's the beginning of the Netflix monopoly or something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't know, is like Mappa, like they pick good stories, but
yeah,
I think Vinland Saga might be the only one that is my favorite that they've done.
But is Vinland Saga the only one that's making them a bunch of money, though?
Yeah. I just mean like, I don't know. They put a lot of effort into the JJK animation, and yet JJK didn't hit for me quite as hard. You know, I don't know if
this season.
Yeah, do we want to talk about JJK?
It's this season.
It's the season. I think it's worth it.
At least talk about my goat,
the boy. Yeah. I mean, I think the worry though is like, is this going to be one of those things where, like, even in my world, you get a bigger budget and they're like, okay, we're not going to expand the man days in a timely manner. We're just going to throw more manpower at it on the day. It's still due on Monday. Still due on Monday. I guess we can get 3 more people in here to get it done, but you're still working all weekend.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the...
Didn't they do that with One Punch Man season 3? Like One Punch Man season 3 was supposed to be
season 1 talk.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like the reverse. Like it was. I thought it was. Everyone thought it was going to be back to like season 1 level animation or better, and then even the artists themselves were coming on Twitter and saying like, "Hey, this is what they wanted from us.
Yeah.
We tried." And basically outing the studio for pushing them too hard, you know? Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I don't know. Like it feels like, I don't know. Watching JJK, it felt like they were constantly trying to flex with animation and not necessarily like tell a story with the animation, you know?
Just so much exposition, dude. It was so much. This whole season was just like Rule 32. Da-da-da-da-da. Actually, at the same time that this was happening, we are over here, and at the same time, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, don't fucking tell me, show me,
Yeah.
show me. Good
Yeah.
God, that's the first rule of storytelling.
Yeah.
Show, don't tell.
Don't tell.
Like, holy shit, and that's all they did this season. Every damn episode, I was just like, just hold on, scroll back. I didn't get y'all that.
I will say, talking about
crazy, dude.
Talking about your best boy, like the Utah episode, probably my favorite episode of the season, and yet I threw my hands up whenever they all try to activate their domain expansion, and then Tengen starts explaining what happened next. It's like, bro, duh. The answer is duh. Like, we can watch it. Like, we watch it. If you really need to like kind of like be like, okay, they're not going to understand why this is happening,
to the dumbest of your audience,
then show a chart. You know, like anime has done it before, where like they you see all three, right? They go demand expansion, and then you see this thing happen, and then all you got to do is show like, I don't know, some kind of like glass bubble or something, and that's barely hanging on, and then you see like a prick come in and like explodes, and that's how you know, oh, they had something held together, but it was fragile, and then something came in and it erupted the whole thing. And there you go. There's your answer. But it's like, you're trying to watch it and you're like, oh no, I gotta take my eyes. Okay, so at this moment they had all the rules were that they had to have them based on what they knew to be true, and but the Megumin's is like it's like everything you have to try to figure out what's happening while you're watching it. So just shush. Just shush.
Well,
shush
wasn't this? And I mean, this might be part of the adaptation part of JJK. But somebody was telling me that, or maybe I was reading, I can't remember, that the reason that there was so much exposition in this season was because a lot of this is already explained in the manga. Mm-hmm. But they haven't covered this in the anime. So now they're playing catch up on top of revealing this arc as it goes along. So it's like, it's double time, and it's just so much information that they kind of can't give out. That's bullshit. They can give it out. Fortunately, they're not confident enough in the mental capacity of their audience in order to just show them what's going on and show the story unfolding.
Yeah.
They have to kind of like hold your hand a little bit.
Right.
Which that could be multiple things. That could be this whole generation of people, that the way people watch any type of content at all, any type of art form. People are on their phones, they're doing whatever. But also maybe they're just like, they just don't have confidence in their audience in general. Like,
yeah. Well, I will say it doesn't work very well for sub readers. Even if we're fast reader, I like to think I'm a fast reader, but I want to be able to watch it. And if I have to like read a comprehension breakdown of what's happening or what these characters' powers boil down to, then I'm missing, what they spent, however much money animating,
right.
Rotoscoping, sorry. But
was there a lot of rotoscope?
That's animating.
Yes, most of the season was rotoscoped.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. The whole boring ass scene that everyone likes to rave about with Yuji and what's his name, Joey?
Akari.
Yeah, you know everyone's name. That's why we invited you.
Subtle name drop.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That rotoscope scene, dude, everyone was talking about how amazing it was, how legendary it was. And to me, bro, I hated it. I don't know how y'all felt about it.
I don't even know what scene you're talking about right now.
It's a scene where Yuji goes to talk to, what's his name? Hikari, and they're in the room where with all the TVs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And they sit there for like 3 minutes, and it's all rotoscoped, and it's supposed to, like, I don't know what vibe they're trying to achieve, but it just misses for me. It misses so hard for me.
Well, it misses hard as shit. So this is what I was talking about with somebody else. Maybe it was you, Lance. I don't remember. When I first started watching JJK, it was like one of my biggest confirmations with season 1 was one of the biggest confirmations for me of like an overhyped new product that was coming out. Like everyone was freaking the fuck out, and I was like, dude, I'm watching this, and I swear to God, the only reason I kept watching season 1 was because my buddy Jeff wanted to watch it, and we were watching it together. And if he hadn't have wanted me to keep watching it with him, I would have dipped that shit like 13 episodes in and never continued it. Because the first season for me, not even for me, what it fucking is, it's plot point for plot point. It's Naruto 3.0, dude. It's every big part you need for a shonen main character to progress in his story. Copy, he's an orphan. Copy, he's possessed by a demon. Copy, everybody else is a demon, wants that demon, they want it for the power. Copy, he's got to get stronger to protect his friends because his friend's going to get hurt by all the people that are trying to get that demon. Copy, he's got a couple of people who help him. He's got white hair. Copy, he's got an eyepiece. Oh, he's got both eyes covered. Okay, even better. Like, it's just Naruto, bro. And then the whole vibe, the whole tone of the show in the first season is so all over the goddamn place. You're like, is this serious? Are there stakes? Is it not? Is it just tongue in cheek? Like, I can't gauge this shit. And then season 2, the movie happens, and you meet the real main character, and you're like, oh my god, damn. And then you see that, like, the relationship that he has with not Reza, Jesus Christ,
Joey, what's her name?
Joey.
Which character?
Rika. Yeah. You're like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is fantastic. And then you have the beginning of season 2, and you're like, oh my fucking god. And the 4-episode arc with Gojo and Geto, and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then you have the whole Shibuya arc, and you're like, dog, this is fantastic. And then we get back to season 2 or 3, and we go back to this I'm sorry, dude, but like the whole Panda thing, when like Panda's in the Fight Club,
yes.
I'm like, brother, what the fuck is this? Like this is the same like goofy, like kiddish vibe that we were doing in season 1. I thought we were fucking past this shit. Like, I thought we had substance. I thought we had characters that we believed in, we were confident in, and we're going to trust our audience, and we're going to go forward with this amazing story that we're building up to. And it felt like we just like regressed hard.
Yeah, this thing with Yuji, like, he was broken at the end of season 2, and then into season 3, like he's been just on his own with the help of my favorite character, Choso, just like killing curse after curse after curse, just completely stone cold. He's reserved himself to being just like a tool of destruction to remove all these curses and stuff. And it was hard, dude. And then like Megumi shows up and just says one thing, and he's like, okay, I can joke around now. Yeah. I don't know. It's like I'm glad that he's doing better, but it was like a really fast recovery, And I know people are going to argue, dude. I know people are going to hate that stance. I get it. But it just feels like they move on from one thing to the next too quickly, Mm-hmm. Like his recovery felt a little fast for me. And then as soon as that happens, then you're on to the principal, and he's over here. Oh, but no. Now he's in a completely different spot, and he's about to fight. Oh, fight's over though. But don't worry. Panda's on his way. He's going to help. Oh, no, Panda's here already. But no, actually Panda's in the fight ring. My neck. My neck. My neck. Oh. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just the feeling I got. I don't, and the thing is, I'm being harsh from a place of love because I love JJK.
They set the standards.
Yeah.
They did this.
Yeah.
They were like, we're going to fucking throw this at you and you're going to love it. And we fucking did because it was great. It was really fucking good. And it was like, oh, so this is what you're capable of. What?
Just I'm watching Joey.
But it's like, this is what you're capable of. So if you're capable of this, why are we settling for this 15-year-old level shonen shit? Like, why are we regressing, dog?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Going to this like fast-paced brain rot style of animation.
Yeah, straight up, dude.
Yeah. And the thing is like I still enjoyed it. You know, I really did. I thought
I enjoyed parts of it.
Yeah, I thought it was really entertaining. I like watching the characters, you know, development. But you know, I don't think it was what it could have been, you know.
It's a combination of a lot of things for me, at least. There's a lot of explanations of what you guys are feeling because they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one is after season 2 and then part 2 of that, I believe it was the CEO or director at Anime Expo or something. They made like a kind of like a pledge to say that we're going to give you something better because the reaction was not what we expected. Like they thought it was going to be the best thing ever when they released that one.
Of what, season
1? Season 2.
Season 2.
Or overall, you know, season 1, season 2.
Okay.
So they had a pledge for that. And that's why they got the heavy JJK focus. And then they got this director. I forgot which ones he worked on, whether he worked on the past ones or not. But they got him. And you can see in the new season, super ambitious and super pleasing to the audience that they're trying to get, like that brain rot animation style, whatever you call it. But he did that. And then before the season even ended, he left. So he got the feedback from like the Maki episode. And he's like, oh, I'm out. You know, I wanted to do this international thing anyways. And he went to some other live action or something.
Yeah.
Or I forgot what it was. But you can see if you're going to keep switching people that much on top of, sorry to say, but like the writing is not the best for a manga for anyways. And the audience that are screaming their voices out. And then I'm 100% sure that the director animators see those comments and trying to take in what
try to course
people
correct.
Want.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, they want fights, they want crazy fights, and this is what we're going to focus on, and we're going to give them crazy style and all that. And those are all the same fans that didn't even read it, and they only read the Twitter leaks when it blew up, when the last arc came out, and then everyone's reading it because of the leaks. And so that's basically a lot of the JJ fans and the ones that are asking for this awesome, or not awesome, but like crazy fight animation focus. And then that then leads to directing, when you need to focus on adapting the manga well, because like you said, there's a whole explanation before with Tengen that they had to catch up on. If you're not going to direct that right, you see what happens. You're going to have to put it all in top of what you already did, so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So it's a whole lot of things that just an issue with this show or series.
Yeah. I mean, it just sucked. Like to what we're saying again, though, like what sucks is that we see what they were capable of with the right direction and the right path ahead of them. And then we watch when they're just like pandering to brain rot 15-year-old expectations of animation. Like, it's like, dude, come on. Like, just if you want to tell a story, which is like what you're saying that you're trying to do, you're trying to tell this next generation of shonen, right? You want to be one of the next big 3 of this generation, then do that. Like, but you have to tell a story. You can't just do this word vomit on the screen.
The thing is JJK has really cool characters, really cool art design, and obviously fantastic animation. But I don't want something that I can put on mute in the background for
Oh yeah.
artistic, an artistic approach, instead of watching it. I want something that I want to watch, and like that's just like what they've done is make something that just makes a cool art piece. And it's just it's to
not
me
it.
it's not it. That's not what I
Not
want.
it.
Yeah. Like that's something that I would like have like in a gym or something, just like playing on mute.
Mhm.
It's like it's missing the substance.
Oh, hold up. Hold up.
Hey,
2-star.
Nice.
What in the world?
It's the McDonald's
Demon
adult
Hunter?
Happy Meals. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Wait, were you able to get any of the Pokemon stuff? Did you try to get any of the Pokemon stuff? Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't either.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not trying anything anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, no more. I'm done.
done.
My mouth is so dry. Sorry.
there's that mini phrase that I saw in the last episode.
It comes in handy.
Uh,
Oh, spicy.
Olipop.
Mm-hmm.
Such a white girl.
It's healthy.
No, it is not, dude.
How about mine? Mine's manly, right? Liquid Death.
Liquid Death.
Oh, you got the small can. I want some small can Liquid Deaths. I like Liquid Death. Okay, well, we've talked about something that exceeded our expectations, something that receded our expectations. How about some other things? Joey, you watched what's it called? Polar Opposites?
You and I are.
Ooh,
polar
that's a
opposites.
shoujo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
guess-
never finished it.
Not really shoujo, but just rom-com.
Oh, just rom-com.
Yeah. To me, I kind of lost interest a little bit with that one.
I can see that.
Yeah. Did you finished it? What were your final thoughts without like spoiling anything, I guess?
Yeah, no,
'Cause-
I haven't seen it yet. No
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yeah. I think it does really well with characters at that age, middle school, high school, and relationships. And I think what I can see from what you're saying is it does get kind of repetitive or slow, but because the main thing is just to find a topic that you think kids would have trouble with and then show the growth of that between these characters and how two polar opposite characters manage that and then grow from that. And that's the formula for the show. So there's nothing really like plot. I don't know what you would call it, but
Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay with that format. It felt like the issues that were popping up were a little like, maybe it's just not my age, It's just like, I can watch, teen romantic comedies or whatever, and I do just fine with them. Like, I love them, like, talk about polar opposites, like, My Love Story, can't get more polar opposite than that, but
Got it, mate. Got it.
it's so good. It's so good. I mentioned, like Kimi ni
But
Todeki.
also, like the
same
character
thing.
designs in like My Love Story are also, they look older and everything though.
I mean, what's her name? It's been a long time since I've watched it, but the main girl, she looks like
Forgot.
a kid. Yeah, she looks
Does
pretty
she?
young. Yeah, she's tiny. She
Yeah, I
talks
mean,
like
she's-
this. Takiyo-kun. Takiyo-kun.
Maybe, I don't know. I remember them looking older for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
I mean, Takio looks like a grown man, but
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Maybe do you think
Big boy.
it's because it's a more modern rom-com, so it's targeted towards the Gen Z growing up?
No, because Dress Up Darling does just fine.
It's true.
But are they in middle school or are they in high school?
No, they're in high school. Dress
in
Up Darling
high
is definitely in
school.
high
No. I'm talking about polar opposites.
Oh,
Are they in middle school or high school?
high school.
Yeah. I think it's just, I don't know, the main character, the main girl, or is there a main character watching it?
Suzuki is, but they're all kind of Suzuki and Tani, but it's the whole group.
Yeah. Her character didn't really have much of she didn't really feel like a main character to me watching it, the first episode.
Mhm.
Same with this, like all the other characters, like it felt like what I would expect a side story of a main rom-com to be about, you know? It's like there's a spin-off about these other characters. That's what kind of it gave me.
I mean, see that definitely, I see what you mean, and it doesn't follow the structure that is typical for those kind of rom-coms.
Yeah.
So would this just be the new style? You know, is it?
I hope not.
The trend, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I told you, it reminded me, I can't remember, I wish I could remember the name of that anime. That's another anime just like that, about a series of couples, and like each episode follows a different couple.
Boy, you talking about Death Parade?
no,
Parade.
he's talking about.
I love Death Parade.
I know the cover. I'm trying to think of the name.
I feel like it's
The cover is with all the characters, like in two
bunch of
columns.
squares. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's like that classic, like, here is a series of different cute couples or cute romantic scenarios. And it's cute. But I felt like it was getting a lot of attention, and I don't know if it really deserved the attention it got. You tell me.
Yeah. I mean, comparing to that one, this one does have more depth and substance. Like that one was definitely a cute, and then not really. I couldn't care about the story or anything. But this one tried to and started with the focus of the two main characters. But the point thing was about the group also related to them. So that's why it's a little different from that one, where that one is literally focused on all those characters and they're just side stories of all the characters.
And then Ethan, you watched by yourself Kamen Rider, right? Was that this season or was that last season?
Become a Kamen Rider? Yeah, that was this past season. Yeah.
Let me double check. Are we sure?
Yeah, it just ended like 3 weeks ago.
Was it 24 episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess it was winter coming into first part of spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I haven't finished it yet. I've still got like 6 episodes to go, maybe. Dude, yeah, it's funny. It's so good. There's, for me, like, I don't find a lot of anime that like genuinely make me like gut laugh. Like for me, like I don't know if it's because I'm reading subs, so like it takes out a little bit of the comedic timing or something. A lot of I'll chuckle, you know, or I'll give like a, you know, something like that. But it's been a while since I've had one that really just like hits for me with my sense of humor. Like this one does, like probably since like Prison School, like the first time I watched, or like Prison School, or like Golden Boy. Like Golden Boy is fucking hilarious. There it goes. It tried. But yeah, man, it's really funny. It also, to be like a 34-year-old man and still have all of these, you know, fandoms that I love, it's definitely a love letter to that, because that's the whole thing. It's like, you know, the main character is this 40-year-old guy who his dream in life was to become a Kamen Rider, and it never happened for him. And so he ends up like selling all of his memorabilia and everything, and then all of a sudden it hits when he actually gets involved with the antagonist. They're like Hydra. Oh, what are they called of the series? I'm gonna call him Mothman. What are they called? They're very they're very like Nazi. they look like a Hydra. That's what they look like. But whenever he actually meets one for real and he has to fight him for real, but he's actually been training his whole life to be a Kamen Rider. So when he puts on his little like, God. He's like he finally gets to fight, the actual villains in real life, and then he finds out that there's like other people like him who were obsessed with Kamen Rider, who their main goal in life was to be a Kamen Rider, and they've also been training their whole life in the hopes that they would one day get to go against the forces of evil. It's really, really funny, and it's sweet, but it's also really funny, and it's got like good fight animation too. But it's the humor in it, man. It's really, really good. I've been really enjoying it, and it's got Tackle in it, and Tackle, god damn, big fan of Tackle. But yeah, that one's really fun. I definitely would recommend. And oh my god, and it's got one of the best one of the best outros I've seen in a while. Like, it's really, really good. It's like claymation. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's like claymation thing that happens. And the song itself is fucking sick, but paired with the actual video, I watch it every single time. No skip, every single time. So good.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much time do we have? We have 10 minutes?
Yeah, we probably have like 10 minutes.
Dang.
Could do a part 2.
Should I leave my comments or save them?
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, well. Did you watch any Kamen Rider before this, or just Power Rangers?
No, so growing up, I actually we were talking. First off, I watched Power Rangers way longer than I probably should have, and by like, modern society standards or regular society standards.
I still watched it.
Yeah. But no, I only got to watch one series of Kamen Rider when I was like, dude, maybe like 8 or 9. I think we looked it up the other way. It was Kamen Rider Black, or G Rider Black, Double Black. I can't remember what it was called. But he had like the blue and yellow bike. It was that series. But I watched that periodically when I was a kid. So that's the only like version of it that I've ever seen.
Okay. So do you know if like the comedy and stuff kind of
In
resembles
Kamen Rider?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
I can't remember because like back when I watched it when I was a kid, it just seemed like another Power Rangers. Like there was the whole Power Ranger, the whole Sentai craze. So it was just like that or Beetleborgs or whatever the hell else they were trying to do over here. It's like another version of that. And I was like, oh, it's a bunch of people in super suits kicking ass. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. As a kid. So, and they had a motorcycle in it. So I was like, oh, sick.
I think after Wild Force is when I switched from Power Rangers
Wild Force.
From Power Rangers to Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. Okay. So yeah, I stopped watching the American one around then.
Gotcha. Yeah, Wild Force had one of my favorite characters in Power Rangers ever, dude. Like Merrick, the Wolf Ranger.
Wolf Ranger.
God, one of the best, sixth Rangers to ever be in a series. So sick, dude. So dope. Okay.
We didn't get to talk about everything we wanted to. We still got quite a few anime from this past winter season that we all got to see. Some of us got to see, or one of us got to see, and we want to talk about it. But we're out of time for today. So if you want to hear more on this topic, make sure to check out our next episode.
Drop a comment. Drop a like.
Yeah. We will be recording part 2 very soon. Sending that out very soon. So if you want to see it, make sure you follow us on any platform that works best for you. We will be streaming this on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, YouTube.
All of them.
Okay. Yeah. And so keep an eye out. again, thanks to Joey for joining us. I know this is your first podcast episode.
Finally, jeez.
And
I don't know if I said stuff right, but
I don't know if you said anything at all.
did I say anything at all? Was I?
He's a quiet boy, but we'll get you out of your shell because I know it's it's a little scary.
It's a little toasty in here.
Dude, it does. It gets warm, man. It gets warm. But yeah, so we'll have you on again as anytime you want. But thanks for joining us. If you wanna see more of Joey's content, dude, his reaction channel is really fun to watch. I really enjoy it.
Not because of me though. There's 2 other people.
Well, definitely 1/3 because of you, for sure.
Yeah. I personally like listening to your input, but I like watching your channel in general for the group. Yeah.
What's your channel again? Just so everybody knows, Joey.
Oh, Akogare Watch Club. Probably.
Akogare Watch
Club. We'll put the link. We'll put the link in the
YouTube.
description. Yeah, yes. We'll put the link in the description on YouTube. And yeah, follow Ethan on
Throttle Fox Motophoto.
Yep, Throttle Fox Motophoto.
Over on YouTube. We're updating. We're on our way to doing something. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really cool. Look out for it soon.
Some ASMR channel.
It is. I put it on when I was playing my morning video games.
Stop it.
That's the sound.
That'd be that arrow exhaust, dog.
Yeah, thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys very soon.
Part 2, it's coming.
Expect this to be a hero.
Yes.
You should start it before we get there.
Okay. Done.
Bye.